Hi, in this video we'd like to continue on the topic of why you are experiencing repeated IVF failures. So in our previous video we've mentioned the most common factor is an undiagnosed, untreated hydrosalpinx that is causing embryo toxicity leading to repeated failures of IVF. So the solution for that is to seek treatment for hydrosalpinx. So another common factor that I'd like to discuss today as to why you are experiencing repeated IVF failures, years of resources, money, time just wasted with no success. Let's hope we can answer this in this video. So it's very likely that IVF is not what you need. That's why you are experiencing repeated failures. That's a very important distinction that I'd like to make in this video, which is infertility patients and recurrent miscarriage patients. IVF is only suitable for infertility patients who are experiencing infertility. It is very likely that you are not an infertile patient. You are instead a recurrent miscarriage or a miscarriage patient. So I'd like you to remember that IVF is not a treatment. It does nothing to solve any solution. There's no management involved. There's no surgical intervention involved in IVF. IVF is simply acquiring egg cells, sperm cells, and then they would induce ovulation to acquire more samples, fertilization in the lab, and then they will re-implant it into the uterus. That's it. There is no treatment, no medication that solves any underlying diseases. So it is very likely that you do have underlying diseases. So you are likely a miscarriage patient. So a miscarriage patient, if you do not seek treatment for the underlying cause, if you just go for IVF blindly as your doctor recommends, you will only experience repeated failures, complicating your already complex condition, wasting years of time until you reach a certain point where you already exhausted resources and then your age is too advanced. You cannot get any pregnancy anymore. At that point, you can only have regret left. So which is why we'd like to urge you, raise the awareness that you need to differentiate between infertility and miscarriage. Infertility patients are unable to get pregnant in the first place, but miscarriage patients are able to get pregnant, but they are unable to sustain the pregnancy. So if you are able to get pregnant without any assistance, if you do see positive tests in the pregnancy test kit, that means you are not an infertile patient. That means you do not need IVF. You need miscarriage treatment. So fortunately for you, there is good news. Miscarriage patients, the underlying condition is much easier to deal with, much less complex than infertility. Recurrent miscarriage and miscarriage have an individual underlying causes of up to 43 factors. Unlike infertile patients, where there is up to 150 factors. So here at Antai Hospital, because we specialize in this type of miscarriage prevention, treatment and diagnosis, miscarriage treatment is far easier to deal with, far easier to achieve success than infertility. All we need you to do is come for diagnosis, determine which of the underlying factors that you have, give you the appropriate treatments, and we guarantee that you can get pregnant naturally and have full-term pregnancies. You can have your own babies. We offer you this guarantee via a full contractual treatment. If you do miscarry again or if there's no pregnancy, then we offer you full refund guarantee because it's that effective in solving your pregnancy problems. So Antai Hospital has already helped over 35,000 couples who have always confused between infertility and miscarriage patients. We have educated them that instead you need to seek treatment instead of going for IVF. Treatment usually is only 1/10 of the cost of IVF. All you need to spend is less than 10,000 treatment for the underlying cause, and you can get pregnant subsequently for years after that. You no longer need to be dependent on anything. But for IVF, you need to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you repeatedly fail on them, and then you need to keep spending hundreds and thousands of dollars, and with no avail, no result. That's why Antai Hospital would like to spread this awareness. You need to make the important distinction between infertility and miscarriage and receive treatment with specialists that can actually guarantee you results. If they cannot guarantee you results, then they need you to refund you the full cost, because we do not want to burden you on your resources. We don't want to waste your time. We don't want to waste your money, because all of these are valuable resources. And we guarantee success here up to 95% at a time. You can inquire with our previous patients, look at our testimonies, look at our videos. If it's one thing that we can specialize in, it's the prevention, diagnosis and treatment of miscarriage. So get in touch with us as soon as you can. If you're experiencing repeated IVF failures with no explanation, it's very likely you are not a suitable IVF patient. You are a miscarriage patient, and you should get in touch with us, and we can offer you the assistance that you need, and you can get started on your pregnancy journey today.